Oyster sustainability means a healthy ecosystem. Oysters are economically and ecologically important. Therefore, when their survival is threatened by polluted waters, concerns are raised. Algae blooms are a common pollutant in estuaries and are known to harm water quality. Thus, the question researched is how does algae blooms affect oyster harvesting in New South Wales? Primary industries, fishing and aquaculture state in New South Wales, the three main oyster species farmed include Sydney rock oysters, Pacific oysters and native oysters. This inquiry will focus on the natural pollutant algae and determine how algae growth is increased to become an aggressive environmental problem. To reduce such risk from algae, it is vital water quality in estuaries are kept at a healthy level. Therefore, it is important government and oyster organisations exercise preventive strategies to support and maintain a strong marine ecosystem. Nash and Rubio 2012 describe oysters as filter feeders, where their effective filtration system cleanses the water of various toxins and recycles nutrients. Furthermore, a bed of oysters form a reef that provides a habitat for other marine life. United States Environmental Protection Agency 2014 explained marine growth and survival is enhanced by the resources provided from an oyster reef and the protection it creates from predators. Algae is a bacteria that forms a pollutant in global waters. Addy and Green 1996 state there are benefits to algae as it formulates the basis of many food sources in the ecosystem and it has the ability to generate oxygen. However, it is the adverse effects that raise concerns for oyster farmers. For example, the toxin contained in blue-green algae can kill marine life. Algae is more harmful to water quality when overgrown. Algae will quickly reproduce into algae blooms in an abundance of sunlight, still or slow-flowing water, and adequate levels of nutrients. Warmer water temperatures, such as those experienced in New South Wales, may also support the increased growth of algae. Algae should not be removed completely from oyster harvesting areas, as this will only deprive oysters and other marine organisms of food and oxygen. When algae becomes overgrown and forms blooms, it then becomes harmful to the water quality, having adverse effects on oyster health, the ecosystem and the economy. As toxins can infect oysters, causing disease, and oysters rely on dissolved oxygen to survive, it is best harmful algae blooms are removed or prevented in oyster harvesting areas. Actions can be taken to prevent algae outbreaks and ensure oyster farms utilise the environment and natural resources in a sustainable and authorised way. Oyster monitoring programs aim to identify changes in oyster performance and allows farmers to act appropriately to improve management operations. Ocean Watch Australia 2012 recommended New South Wales that oyster farmers develop an environmental management system to recognise and manage environmental impacts, risks and opportunities to maximise estuary benefits. In 2006, the New South Wales oyster industry sustainable aquaculture strategy was developed. The strategy guides oyster harvesting to ecologically sustainable development, where economic and environmental factors are taken into consideration to improve oyster production. Oyster sustainability is important to us due to the positive effects a healthy ecosystem has on other aquaculture industries, drinking water supplies, and the various benefits to wildlife and human health. If oysters become contaminated, economic, social and environmental problems are created. If oyster farmers adhere to the best practice strategies and develop and maintain environmental management systems, estuaries will be better conditioned to support oyster sustainability.